The fifth chapter of the book, The Game Architecture of Cinema, How Alpha Makes Films, has been released. This is no longer just a film analysis. It is a fundamental addition to Alpha's game theory, which reveals how reality itself is structured. In this chapter, we reveal the ancient mechanics by which the entire game world is born. From a single source, through duality and the triad, into a fractal multitude of forms. We explore why wars inherit the mechanics of balance, and why monotheism became the purest formula of the game. And most importantly, all of this is directly reflected in cinema. Characters, conflicts, heroes, and antagonists are the very same mirror masks, only brought to the screen. This chapter brings together ancient cosmogonies, modern politics, and cinema into a single cohesive picture. Presidents, kings, sheikhs, tsars, and emperors are not different, independent worlds. They are mirror masks of the same function of power. They are bound not by treaties, money, or family ties, but by the very architecture of the game, the strongest bond of all. And this function of power is dual in nature. Within a single center, the light and dark sides always coexist. Order and pressure, public form and hidden mechanics. The language, title, religion, era, and cultural veneer may change, but the mechanism remains the same. Maintaining the center, the vertical hierarchy and order. The higher a figure is in the hierarchy, the less free they are, the deeper they are embedded in the system. The top of Alpha is not an independent elite. It is its most dependent part. It is through these people that the game becomes visible to everyone else. In cinema, the mechanism of duality manifests itself particularly clearly. A single real figure splits into the protagonist and the antagonist, two intertwined mirror masks. On screen, we see a personal conflict. At the level of architecture, it is the same power in different reflections. In this new chapter, we descend to the very beginning of beginnings and show how Alpha herself describes the origin of the game. First, there is the One, the single source. From it, too, is born the fundamental duality. Then a center appears that holds the tension between them, the triad. And only after that does the whole multitude of forms, masks, cultures, and civilizations unfold. Wars in this system are neither a coincidence nor a glitch. They are one of the most basic and ancient forms of the game. Two sides, black and white, or blue and red, oppose each other, creating the necessary tension. But the game cannot exist where one side completely destroys the other. Total suppression ends the game. Therefore, the main mechanism is balance. As long as the poles stand opposite each other, and the tension persists, the game continues. Balance here is the game's operating mode, which ensures the constant reproduction of energy, resources, attention, and the very meaning of the system. Monotheism is presented as the purest and most extreme formula of the game. One source, one architecture, one will, which splits into an infinite number of mirrors. This is not a religious whim, but a mathematical conclusion of the very mechanics of the universe. This is precisely how everything we have said about presidents, kings, and sheikhs is confirmed. They are not separate worlds, but fractal carriers of the same structure. The main conclusion of this chapter is radical and, at the same time, very simple. The world, like cinema, is not a chaos of competing forces. It is a fractal system where everything is born from the One, unfolds through mirrors, and returns once again to its source.